Going, folks. This is the finale stream where we're finally going to complete our goals. I have a lot of things to cover with you guys, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and get started with that. I wanted to give you guys some updates on what I've done so far. So, since the last stream, I have expanded a lot. We have 202 colonists, we've got 53 bots, and I am just massive bot production right now. I just started it. We already had 53. We had, I think, like 30 when we ended the last stream, so like I'm already almost double, getting close to double what we had before. This is a colonist ship, and these are visitors. You know what that means? We're starting things off with a bang, a lot of bangs. All of you guards, I wish I could like tell them to go wait, but they're gonna have to shoot these guys. But they're just gonna sit here until what? Like, get up and shoot. Yeah, whenever there's a colonist ship that comes in and it's got visitors, you know that's intruders, like automatic. Yeah, there's got to be more. There was like seven of them on there at least. There we go. Oh, there's still 2 more. This person right here, she's gonna come in. She's just waiting around, but she's gonna do it. Yeah, these guys are all dead. This one right here, she's coming in. She's waiting. She's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I can't decide. Okay, I guess I'll come in. No, I don't think I want to. Okay. All right, so they're all dead now. We can go ahead and quit the red alert business. And that was really easy, and nobody died. And the reason why that is, you can see their medical bay right here. We have lots of medical beds, but these medicine cabinets are full. And that's because if we take a look at our supply, massive supplies. I have $3,100, 2 spare guns, in addition to, like, 2 spare guns, but I have 24 armed guards. In addition to 24 armed guards, I also have 4 workers that are armed. I have 1 biologist that's armed, and I've got 2 engineers that are armed. So I'm working my way to like arming everybody so that we don't even need any more guards, which is why we're not going to be pulling any more in, right? Yeah, we're not pulling any more in. I'm pulling in only biologists right now, and I think actually I'm going to switch this to be like a 75-25 split. Yeah. This is a visitor ship, and there are visitors on it, so that's a good thing. Visitors are making us a killing. That's the thing. Okay, let me tell you about some of the expansions I've done here. Dorm is low on oxygen. Well, it's kind of weird. I have oxygen supply for days, but all right. So my oxygen supply, there are 206 people, and I'm producing enough oxygen for 279 colonists. Not 300, but it's okay. We have exactly 200,000 power storage, which is well more than we'll ever need. We also are producing a lot more water than we need, and we have lots of water storage as a backup as well. So lots of redundancy happening there. It's pretty good. So what have I done? Well, I needed to expand a little bit for oxygen because oxygen was starting to become a problem. So what I did is I kind of messed with this area a little bit. I took this airlock away and instead put an oxygen supply here. Pretty simple there. I also removed a couple of these mines and then replaced them and put them back. This one here is in a kind of a funny place now, but it is what it is. Because I also took this airlock out that was right here and decided that instead of an airlock, what I wanted was a massive bot manufacturing plant. So I have Bot Maker Central going on right here. And they're mostly just making carriers. I'm going to switch a couple of them, I think, to probably that one to be construction, and this one can be construction. But pretty much just carriers. We have now 56 bots on the premises. So we're getting there. What else did we do? Well, I had to expand water as well. So I took away a whole bunch of water stuff that we had going on over here, and I put in, oh, it wasn't there, it was here. I took out a bunch of this stuff that was here. For utility-wise, there was like 3 water extractors here, or 2 water extractors here, I think. I took all those out and put 1 big one there. And then filled this space with more meat production, so more food, as well as another place for people to live. I have housing, bed-wise, I have housing for 106, I think. I think it's 106 people, which is about half. So at any given time, half of the people on the planet can sleep. Pretty good, I think. We've got constructor bots as well now. I had some comments regarding like the importance of a constructor box and stuff, and I agree. They are very important, but they're not my top priority for bots. Carrier bots are always my top priority for bots. But once you get a good supply of bots, then I start producing constructor bots. And so now we can have the constructor bots come out here and repair things instead of our guys, which is nice. Because bots can't use machines, right? Then we had an airlock right here, you might remember, and we were doing some mining right here. I've since taken out that airlock and instead I expanded the base this direction. So I put an oxygen thing here because, again, I was a little bit low on oxygen supply. We had a lot of structures that were low on oxygen. Made sense because I was expanding people but not oxygen. So I put this here. Then I put another biodome, and then I expanded over here and gave them a multi-dome so they can exercise. There's an airlock here now, so instead of it being here, it's now here. And then I expanded this way. We've got more oxygen here, and then we're using these cabins. These are single beds that colonists can claim, and they get more happiness from having their own bed in their own space. So we have a cabin here. I've also expanded out this way, as you can see. We've got another water extractor, more power stuff, very large turbines, another lightning rod to protect all of it, another mine, and then over here we've expanded. We got another cabin here. More dorms here and here. So this is like, there's a lot of places to sleep over here, right? Because when these guys come in and they're tired, these visitors come in and they're tired, I want them to come through security first. Then they can get food if they need it. Or, sorry, they'll get drinks and stuff if they need it. Food if they need it. And then they can come, and if they need to get healed up, they can continue this way to get meds, you know, get healed up. Or they can come this way, and then they can get more food here as well as places to sleep. These are cabins, so a little bit more comfy places here. I don't really have a whole lot of room left to expand. It would require me to basically take out this airlock, ditch these two things, build this way, and then get my landing pads and stuff kind of out this way once I do a little bit of a terraform sort of thing. If you can mess with different outdoor structures and terraform the land a little bit, but I didn't bother with it because it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep going with updates, but first let's get started on what we need to accomplish. So tech-wise, I have also purchased almost every tech except the colossal panel. I have not seen the colossal panel. It has not shown up yet. So when it shows up, I'll buy it because I've got over $3 grand. So when it shows up, I'll buy it. Wounded soldiers, that sounds great. We'll get those because we have a whole bunch of medical supplies. It's easy money. I don't have to trade for. What else? Okay, so we're gonna get started with milestones, right? So technocracy, I don't know, requires 10 techs, and that's what this is that we just looked at. So it requires me to have all 10 of these. I only have 9 right now. Then megalomania means build the monolith. In order to build the monolith, we need to have the pyramid. So I'm gonna get started on the pyramid, and I think I'm gonna put that right over here. Right here, I think. So we'll get them started on that. We have lots of supplies, so we should be able to get that done pretty quickly, I think. Once the pyramid's done, then we can put the monolith. I'm going to put that right here, and then we'll be done with that. I don't think I'm going to bother reaching consolidation. I could just sit here and intake people. I could just grind this out and take people, expand slowly, whatever. I mean, I have a fully autonomous setup right now. I have no risks of anything happening right now at this time. But the only thing that's at risk is food, if we, get too many people. But even then, I get a trader all the time, and I could even just drop another landing pad if I want to over here, and I'll just trade for food all day long if I have to. It doesn't really matter. I could expand this way and stuff too, and put more biodomes in, and it's no problem. But like, I don't really want to go to this. It's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be just a whole bunch of time, and I'd rather move on. So I'm not gonna consider consolidation to be a prerequisite for conquering this planet, if you will, for beating this planet. So these are the only two things. Everything except this is fine. I'm okay with that. I could deal with that. Manufacturing limits. I stopped producing spares after we get 30 of them, so we're not producing spares right now. When they don't need to produce spares, they'll produce semiconductors, so we're pretty much good on that. And then once they're done producing semiconductors, they'll start producing guns. And so we have 13 guns in storage, and that means that when we get too many guns in storage, we have more guns than guards. That's when other people start arming themselves. This is a problem. Big trades and a lot of traffic through here has always been a big problem. And the only time I've ever had somebody die, I had somebody die of asphyxiation already. One person died, and that was because there was a huge line at this, and he was just standing out here in line so long that he died of asphyxiation. They keep piling this stuff up because the bots are going to do it. It gets really complicated in this particular junction, but there's nothing else I can do about that aside from ditching this dorm, building something else here, and then putting an airlock and getting rid of this and maybe expanding it that way or something, which is something I could do if I wanted to, but I don't find it necessary. So since they're trying to transport all these resources over here, it's taking just a huge amount of time for them to get through here. But once they do it, then they do it, and it's fine. What else did I expand? I think that's everything I needed to update you guys on. It's looking pretty good. Base is working really well. There's not a whole lot of problems. Any type of raids that come in, they always come in through that one airlock, and security just kills them. So if I go to yeah, dorm, the oxygen problem is still a problem, and I think it's the distance, but like it's not that far away. You know, we have an oxygen plant here, so 1, 2, 3 rooms, and then we have an oxygen thing here, 1, 2, 3 rooms, like on both sides. It's not that far away. I know you're supposed to, or like it's a good thing to place oxygen no more than 2 rooms away from dorms, and this is probably why. It's because you get this one room that has a ton of people in it, and they're all breathing, and so the oxygen goes down. That's why the oxygen right now is at 19% in here. And the more people that come in here to sleep, the lower this oxygen drops. But it's not going to be deadly, right? It's not a deadly level of oxygen, right? You're still good. It dips into 16, 15 sometimes, but that's it. So it's not going to be the end of the world here. Am I the only one weirded out by seeing Charlie's cam on the left side? To tell you the truth, this is actually the proper side. When I have it on the right side, I'm actually mirroring the image from my camera. This is the unmirrored version, so like, you're actually seeing my actual right hand right now, which is like still makes my camera freeze. I have no idea why my camera's freezing every now and then. I need to figure that out because it's a problem that I need to solve. It's doing it a lot right now, actually. That was a lot. Like, it froze 3 times while I was talking about it. Maybe I need to lower the resolution of the camera. Maybe my processor just can't handle encoding the stream, 1440p render with all the graphics turned up, and a 1080p 60 camera all in one feed. Perhaps my processor can't handle that. I should check into that, actually. I'm building the pyramid over here. You have bots, but you don't have... I mean, I'll grab all the bots. Like, I'll always grab the bots. I'm good with that. So, I'll buy these. 800 and he's 60% commission, but like 890, I can afford it. I'll just buy it straight up with cash. We can give him. I don't want to give him food. We can give him some guns, actually. It doesn't matter. We can keep the guns and arm people. So. And guns are great trade, like resources too. So I'll just get this guy with like this. We'll just buy the bots outright. We'll just get them immediately. So now we have a whole bunch of bots, or we got more bots now. But this is still this is a big problem right here, right? Every time I want to build something over here, this gets really cluttered. So I think when we start to build the monolith, I'm gonna shut down trade and colonists and everything else. In fact, we can kill colonist input intake right now. 202 is fine. But I want them to have sort of an unobstructed travel point to get over here, right? What are these bots doing? They're idle? Is it because they can't get through here anyway? I don't know. Let's speed up the time really quick here. I think that's what it is. I think my stream just can't handle... My encoder can't handle a 1440p render with a 1080p 60 webcam. And then there's the green screen processing for that webcam, and then there's also the noise gate for the microphone. so I don't know if it can handle all of it at once. That might be why my camera freezes every now and then. All the issues you stated are why I'm building a dedicated stream PC. Yeah, well, if I had the funds for that, I would. I think that just creates unnecessary complexity, but at the same time, if you get it nailed, if you can get it nailed down, then it's fine. I don't have any PCIe lanes for a capture card, so you need a capture card for a stream PC. To send the feed from this PC to that one, you'd need the capture card, but it's okay. But pyramid's done. Here we go. So now we have visitors and visitors. So I can kill visitors now. Not kill visitors, but like I can kill traders. We don't need. Well, I need the Colossus is what I need. I need the power. What the hell is it called? The solar panel patent. Right? I still need that. That's the last thing I need. And then we're done with this planet. Pretty much. Larger solar panels. Yeah, and I'm going to get this and then I'm going to build it. So, just so I have at least one. I have built one of everything. So, like one of all of these. There's one of these in everywhere. There's tomatoes. Actually, the GM tomato and onions are not here. So, we can actually do that. Let's put in... I think in place of this potato plant, we can kill this. We can get rid of this potato plant, and let's put in one of the GM crops instead. We can put in right here, GM tomato, right here, and then that's next to this other tomato, which we might as well get rid of that, and then replace that with the GM tomato as well. And then we can also put in. See, these are maize. Probably get rid of these tomatoes. And let's put in the GM onions. There. Now we have one of everything. Because the GM plants will produce a lot more. They produce things a lot faster. You can grow a lot faster with those. The camera knows what you're talking about. Is this still the old cam? No, this is the new camera. This is the new Brio 4K camera. You should be able to tell by the frame rate of my movements. It's smoother compared to what it used to be. It's double the frame rate. Before the image that you were seeing from my camera was either 480p 30 frames per second or 720p 30 frames per second, which was the maximum that I could do with the C920. If I tried to do 1080, the whole camera would freeze up and I'd get that USB problem that I had a long time ago. I had to restrict the resolution of that camera because it only supports USB 2.0, and for some reason Windows 10 doesn't like it. But with this camera, it's different. It's updated. It's ready for Windows 10, all that stuff, and it's USB 3.0. So it's also a 4K webcam. So I could have a 4K. I could have a 4K image for you. But like, what's the point? It's small and in the corner, and then it would still be 30 frames per second. The reason I want 60 frames per second on the webcam is so that my webcam footage is the same frame rate as my stream footage, and that way you don't have a slight desync in the voice. So you might see my previous streams. If you go back and look at previous footage of this series, episode 8, 9, whatever, you won't notice as fluid of movement in my camera. You'll notice it's a little bit more choppy, half the frame rate. And also my mouth doesn't quite synchronize with the sound you're hearing. It's a little bit off. And that's because of the frame rate difference. So I don't need any of these things. So I'm just gonna sell you some stuff for your money. I don't need anything. Although, what's the, I have 32 spare bioplastics, 42 spare metal. I could build that thing right now, actually. I think I'm just gonna ditch this trade. I don't need it. Let's kill, or let's not have traders anymore, and let's also stop visitors from coming temporarily. We're gonna see if we can get this visitor out of here. Although that's only one person, so it's not a big deal. Okay, we're gonna build a monolith now. So we'll go ahead and grab this. An epic and totally pointless symbol of achievement. That's pretty much Planetbase in a nutshell. Put that right here. And I'll connect it here. Actually, we can connect it to all of these, just because we can. Or maybe I can't. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to connect it to all. Can I not? I want to c Why does it only allow me to connect it to 2? Well, whatever. We'll have a landing strip from 2 of them. So now all the bots can just come and carry all these resources out. We don't have to worry about a whole bunch of people doing it. I was hoping. Yeah, people are just like, look at this. This is where it gets crazy. Is all this stuff right here. It's absolutely insane. But most of these things are bots, so I'm hoping that, you know, with the visitors gone, and it's basically just back and forth traffic here. So, should be fine. We need 8 processors for this monolith, or 8 semiconductors, which, I mean, I've got 21 free, so yeah. I could build as many things as I want. I almost want to do another bot processing plant because we have the resources for it, and we could just build more bots. I think that's an achievement, isn't it? Is there achievements? No. It doesn't look like it. I wanted to know if there was like a list of achievements. I think there's an achievement if you get over 100 bots in your base. Or maybe it's more bots than colonists. That might be it. It might be more bots than colonists, which is probably doable. Realistically, I think that's doable for this base. If we get a whole bunch of driller bots, I bet that's doable. Only 10 more metals left. We're good to go there. Firefighter, welcome to the stream, man. I have the Logitech C922. Yes, so after the C920, Logitech's cameras after the C920 don't have the problem. C920 is the last webcam that has, or it's the most recent and best webcam that has the Windows 10 problem, which they supposedly solved the Windows 10 problem, and I haven't been noticing a whole lot of disconnects from my camera, but whenever I tried to put it in 1080p, it just didn't like it. It just didn't want to work. Maybe it was a conflict with my motherboard or whatever, I don't know, but it didn't work. So I'm happy to have the Brio now. This Brio I'm happy to have that, and I don't anticipate any problems, at least software-wise, with that. There is still that stuttering issue, and I'm pretty sure that has to do with my processor not being able to handle it. That's the next upgrade. Oh, here we go. That's the next upgrade I'm going to have for my PC. From the support I've received and a lot, it's been really great. And I'm going to look into getting an 8700K as soon as it's like not completely rare and the prices aren't completely gouged. I'll be replacing my motherboard and also getting an 8700K when I can. And then I should have no problems with processing any of this stuff because, I mean, then I'll have like, then I'll have by far the most superior processor for gaming, period, at this moment. So there we go. Megalomania, you have proven what you are capable of. We have the monolith built. That is the rest of the achievements. The only thing I need now, I should have saved that for last, but I feel like since I had the resources, I might as well do it. Piranha, thank you for the bits, man. Appreciate it. I felt like since I already had the resources to do it, I might as well do it. A large group of irradiated nuclear workers are asking for help. Okay, come on in. We can turn visitors back on, actually. Look at how many of them are. Look at all these guys. A large group? That's an understatement. A large group. There's so many of them. They're all coming in to get treatment, which they're totally going to get because if you come over here, right, watch, look at how efficient this is. It's so good. So these 2 medical cabinets, I should probably put another bed in here, actually. I don't know why I don't. It makes sense to do that. Look, these doctors will come in and treat them. And while the doctors are treating them, the carrier bots are bringing a resupply. So, like, even though they're pulling resources out of here, these cabinets are still basically full. Like, doctors pulls the resources out, bot comes in, sticks it back in. So the bots will just keep them resupplied while they treat. It's really nice. It's very efficient this way. This is why I love carrier bots, man. They're so good. This cabinet's basically back to being full now. Yeah, they are. Both the cabinets are full now. And all those irradiated workers are treated, and they can all go out and leave and get back out and go back home, and we get all the money for it. It's perfect. It has built-in background removal. I think you still use a green screen, right? So I do not use the camera's built-in green screen removal tools. I don't use that. I do my own with OBS. I have my own sorry, I configure my own filter within OBS to do this. It's just, I feel like I'm going to get a much superior quality. A lot of streamers just do what comes with the camera, and then you end up seeing all those little pixelated artifacts that are flickering all over the place. They don't seem to mind, you know, which is understandable. They're not going to mind because I don't know if they don't know any better. They probably do. It's just that they don't care. But I don't know. I've always, because I do the kind of media production work for a living, I just sort of have this, not saying that their standards aren't high enough. I'm just saying I have this standard that I want, that demands that I not have any of those flickering. That demands I have these nice smooth edges on my chair, and I just want it to look good. And this isn't even as good as it could look. This is just the best I can do right now. I need better lights. I'm thinking about mounting a light. You guys can't see where I'm pointing. It's over here on my wall above my second monitor. I kind of want a light shining in on my face this way. That will also illuminate the screen behind me and provide a small backlight on my face, which will create separation between my head and my shoulders to the background, so it'll be a lot easier to key it. But as it is right now, I just spent like 5 or 6 minutes configuring a filter for OBS to handle it, and so I don't use the built-in one. This guy needs a whole bunch of stuff. He better get inside. He's got huge needs, but he's gonna go into the mine. He's a dedicated worker. Okay, so now all we need is a trader, and we can get this completed. So I think I'm gonna shut down visitors for now and just have traders. So traders are welcome to come in, and I think I actually want to maybe make another landing pad. Okay, where are they? Yeah, right here. All right, deal with them, please. Yep. Yep, we have lots of guns. And lots of meds. Shoot them. This one right here. There you go. It's us versus you. We're gonna win. And we have tons of meds, so these guys are just gonna, they have battle wounds, right? So they're gonna slowly lose health because of their combat wounds. But, you saw our medical bay. That's super effective. So, whatever. And if I need to sell anything, I'll just sell the medical supplies to a trader because they're worth 25 each. So, I think I need more alcoholic drinks. The problem with these, there's a lot of logistical problems with this game, right? For starters, you see this drink machine right here? All right, never mind. It's actually doing it the way it should. Some of them don't. Maybe it's the food machines. Trying to find an example now that I can't. Great. No, now I'm not going to get any example of it. Of course, that's the way it'll go. There are periods of time, okay, like right now, right, where there is meat in here. This requires vegetables or meat to make a meal. There was meat in here, but it's not making a meal until this meal goes away, and then it starts making a meal, right? So I'll speed this up. Just watch this one machine, see what happens. I'm waiting for somebody to put an ingredient in here. We took the meal. Can we get another example? Different machine, maybe? Need a different machine. Hang on, we got traders. There's a solar panel plant right there. Got it. And we're gonna take the carrier bots here, and that's it. So we'll just pay for this. 868, sounds good. And there we go. All done. I'll even give you a tip. There you go. Thanks. Technocracy reach, or technocracy. So we now have acquired all relevant techs. Bang. Good to go. It also is with Windows Halo. Don't separate your head from your shoulders. Oh yeah, no. I meant my head and my shoulders. I need to, it separates my head and shoulders from the background, so it makes it easier to key. because there's a stark lined drawn contrast between myself and my background, so the key doesn't bleed into me as much. That's kind of the mindset behind it. Okay, I need a big solar panel. I'm gonna put it over here. Yeah, here, and then boom, giant behemoth solar panel. Where can I put this? Right here sounds great. Right next to the, yep, right there. So we'll build that, and then we'll be done. This will be the base. It's finale completed. I could, like I said, I could sit here and grind for 300 colonists, but I just don't see a point. I just don't. Like, it's gonna take forever to get there. I'm just gonna keep buying the bots until I run out of money, actually. 50% commission. Might as well, whatever. Every bot I buy with this money that I don't need is like processors, semiconductors, and metal and all that stuff that I don't have to use. It's time that my people don't have to spend working with it. 22 meals, we can buy his meals too. Why not? Take his meals and let's take a little bit of his drinks as well. And we'll just fork over the cash for it. Or we'll give him medical supplies. Because that's, like, we don't need those. We're making those a lot. I could probably just, actually, let's just do this straight up with medical supplies. Can we just do that? We're not going to need this many. My medics need something to do anyway. Just give them all the medical supplies. We need to get to 20 more. We can do it like this, and then that's fine. I don't care. Give them a whole bunch of medical supplies, and we'll get the bots. If I give them cash, then we get them instantly. We don't have to do all this, you know. We don't have to transport everything to the airlock, but it's okay. Get all the carrier bots. Love it. Let me guess, since it's the finale, Charlie will kill all. No. This is like, you know, it's a success story, not a failure. I mean, I could kill everyone. All I'd have to do is shut the power off and everyone dies. I go and I hit this button. I hit this button and everyone dies, pretty much. Don't push the little red button. Yeah, this works. Colossal plan is done. Look at this. There it is. Look at that solar panel. It doesn't really look all that much bigger than the other one. 1, 2, there's 3, 4, 7, 10, 17 versus 7, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, it is sufficiently bigger. Fine. It is decidedly bigger than the other one. I don't need anything from you. No, I don't need anything from you. Go away. I don't even need traders anymore, honestly. I could bring visitors back in. A lot of visitors back in. But I think that's going to do it, guys. For the YouTube video part of this anyway, I'm probably going to stick around and talk to you guys, hang out for just a little bit longer, and you know, maybe fine-tune some of the stuff on the base for the Twitch stream. But I think for the YouTube part of this, is what's getting shared, this is it. Base is done. Base is completed. Looks pretty good. Conquered the storm planet pretty well, I think. It was pretty difficult in the beginning, but like once you get the hang of it and you start to kind of see the differences in the playstyle that you're required to do, you know, in order to be successful at it. Yeah, it works. I like it. More bots. Driller bots, we'll take those. I'll just pay them for it so they can get to work immediately. 768. There we go. Cool. Bring in the money, and the driller bots can get to work. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Give a big like if you liked it. You got some more links in the description for some other things that I'm doing. I'm Charlie, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.